My name is Linda Lehman. I was a major in the United States Army Military Police Corps. I'm the co-coordinator for the local Guitars for Vets. It's the Lebanon Chapter 90. Guitars for Vets is a nonprofit organization, and what we do is we give guitar lessons to veterans with disabilities. Most of them are PTSD or some kind of trauma related, but not all of them. We've had physical disabilities, we've had, mental health issues, we've had just people whose doctor or therapist would think that they would benefit from the healing power of music. And the idea is that we come together once a month and just jam together. It provides camaraderie. One thing military people like very much is to be around other military people and doing things that they enjoy. So playing the guitar and singing is something that the veteran enjoys. Then doing it with a group of people that have like interests really does help their whole outlook on life.
My name is David Bowen, and I'm what they call a co-coordinator. Linda Lehman is the other coordinator, and I am one of the coordinators that basically gets the administration, gets the guitars, deals with it. We have a national headquarters, and I deal with the VA and recruit students. I am retired military, and I found this program basically in 2010. I was living in Virginia, down by Virginia Tech, Roanoke, Virginia area, Blacksburg, Virginia. And I was dealing with the Veterans Administration, and it came out new, and I went to them and said, would they sponsor us by giving us a place to practice, a place to store the guitars, and recruit veterans into the program. So that started basically, the whole national program started in 2009. And so my first chapter was 7, so I was one of the very first chapters. The chapter up here in Lebanon is chapter 90, but we have over 120 chapters now. So some spring up, some wither on the vine. So COVID had a great impact on all of us, of course, because we couldn't get together as one-on-one. So that's why we're here in the church. The VA up in Lebanon is still very strict about group settings. So we wanted to get this one off the table, and we were lucky enough to start it here. The mission initially was developed by two guys. One was a veteran, the other one was just a friend. And both of them, at least the veteran was combat veteran, and just like myself. And he just realized that a lot of people from Vietnam and Afghanistan and Iraq just came back with PTSD. And I'm not saying that we can take care of our soldiers and our airmen, et cetera. We did, but there was initially, after Vietnam, there was really no counseling. Finally, after Bosnia and those areas, we realized we had to take care of folks for their mental state, what they were exposed to. So these two guys decided, one was a guitar player, and said, why don't we use music as a therapy? And it's a great idea. And when I started, I had a real close relationship with a music therapist at the VA. And she was a guitar player and a piano player, and she was a great musician. And so we got together and started the program. But that's how it started. It was really to serve veterans who were experiencing basically mental anguish, having problems, coming back home after being in that kind of environment, in a wartime type environment, and trying to adjust. And one of the ways to do it is music. I probably graduated over 300 students. Typically we take 10 students max for each class, 10 lessons, 1 hour each. They don't have to have any musical background at all. They should have a referral from a medical person saying that this would be good for them. They don't have to have PTSD diagnosed. They don't have to have any particular relation to that. But I've had amputees learn how to play the guitar. So we just look at it. I look at it, and National Guitar for Vets supports that as a therapy for all kinds of trauma, being physical or mental. So I graduated probably over 300 students in Virginia. Up here, we started in 2018, and we had COVID, and this is really our second class that we've started. So we hope to do it this summer and then continue on. The program is basically all volunteers. So you have to have a coordinator that's willing to take the time to get the music together and coordinate with the VA and recruit students. And Linda and I work together on that. We've developed the curriculum, we've developed the song sheets. All of that's on our own, we're all volunteers. So you have to have a place. You have to have a sponsor that would be willing to house you. And then and somebody to do some administration, particularly doing copying for you. So you could get a songbook together or your curriculum together. That's probably about 100 plus pages per student. So we try to get the VA to help us do that. Then we get used guitars. That's how we start. And used guitars are donated. And we just put out the word through previous students, through veterans organizations, and I've never had a problem getting used guitars. They're not necessarily in the best shape, so we're very fortunate. We have one of our instructors is a luthier, so he looks at them and he can kind of fix them. I'll take them home, change strings, and that kind of thing. And then what happens is when the student graduates, they get a brand new acoustic guitar, brand new. And the national program gives us about half. So if I have 10 students, I'll get 5 from them. They're headquartered in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And the other 5, we have to beg, borrow, and steal and ask people to donate. And we've been pretty lucky of people coming forward and getting a guitar donated to us. I try to get all the same model, so all the students get the same exact acoustic. That doesn't always happen. But typically we get really nice quality Yamaha guitars. They're very good. So that's kind of how the program operates. We're really, every chapter is kind of self-developed and carries on. There's no national curriculum. Each coordinator sets up what he feels or she feels is the best way to teach. But our main goal is to just get people as strong as to pick a couple of chords at the end of 10 weeks. We're not into music theory. We're just learn the guitar with a couple of chords, enjoy yourself, join a church group, play the campfire, sing happy birthday to your kids. And if you can get into gigs, and we do gigs, that's our emphasis, because I want to get all these students out to play in the public. It's kind of, a lot of people the anxiety level kind of goes to 100% when you say, oh, we're going to play in front of 300 people. But that's really part of the therapy. It's really enjoying what you're learning and playing. And when you play in a group setting like that, you can always make mistakes because there's 9 other people playing the right thing. But that's a lot of fun to do that. So we got a couple things lined up. We're going up to Lidditz to play. We do what they call First Friday in Lancaster, which is the 3rd Friday of the month. Just all through the city of Lancaster, you set up on street corners to play. And people come by. We're not performers, we just like to get jammed together and play old stuff. And people will walk along and they'll sing along. Sometimes we'll go out to retirement communities. Sometimes we'll go to a VA. We like to do memorial services. We like to do July 4th, Veterans Day, that kind of thing. The favorite part is actually seeing people kind of graduate themselves. There's a lot of struggles learning any kind of instrument. It's not easy, and particularly as you get older, there's something with arthritis. But I think the favorite thing is watching a student progress and then play and having fun doing it. I mean, I've gone through probably 600 now, 400 students, and I've never really had one that just gets absolutely annoyed with the guitar and throw it against the wall and stomp on it. You know, like if there's a Who or something back in the old days, and put lighter fluid on it and set fire to it. I don't have that reaction because we're not preparing for a 3-hour concert. We're just doing it for the fun of it. So my gratification is their gratification if they can get something out of it and put something on their resume. Say, I'm a musician.
My name is Alexander Platts. I currently live in the Reading area, and I was in the Army for a little over 15 years. Got medically retired. I think it's cool that it gets a bunch of people together and, like-minded people, I guess you could say. I think the guitars thing is really just a gimmick to get you in the door and talk to people. Came in here not being able to play guitar, now they can do some chords and stuff. I mean, everybody wants to be here, so it's not like mandatory fun time in the Army where they make you go and play volleyball and hang out with people and barbecue and stuff. I originally reached out about this a few months back, and David told me that because of COVID, there was stuff, So I started kind of self-directed learning online, and when I got here, I could kind of do stuff already. But I mean, I've learned a ton of stuff here, like just stuff that you don't learn, just try to teach yourself over a couple months, like different strumming patterns and different chords and stuff. Like every time I come here, I've learned something, so it's not like it's a waste of time or anything like that. I did lessons and stuff, and I didn't learn anything like that. And I get frustrated because I'm paying this dude money and I'm not learning anything, right? And it's nothing against him. Like I've got a couple TBIs and other stuff, so I got a little brain damage going. So it might be harder for me to learn stuff than the average bear, but I'd get really frustrated and I'd just throw it down. Wouldn't want to have anything to do with it. And I'd say it's probably like last October, I was hanging out with a buddy of mine, and he had just got his daughter a new guitar and we were playing around on it and stuff. And at that point, I could pick a guitar up and make noise on it, but like I couldn't play it. And I was strumming around, and then just something like clicked in my brain. I was like, oh shit, I'm making music now. Like this doesn't sound bad like it normally does.
If you're going down the hill in a car and your brakes don't work, and as you're accelerating, you realize your steering wheel doesn't work, and you see yourself heading towards maybe a railing by a bridge, and you can't stop the momentum. You go through the railing, you go off the bridge. What you feel right there, that's a panic attack. There's men and women that go through multiple panic attacks every day of their lives because of the service they gave for us. Mama, take this badge off of me, 'cause I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to